Welcome back to Late Night. The U.S. Mint pressed its final pennies last month, and reports say the very last pennies off the line could spark a bidding war worth as much as $5 million. But with the penny officially defunct, it turns out those final coins aren't the only valuable ones out there. Over the years, the Mint has churned out plenty of rarities, misprints, mistakes, and weird pennies that are now worth a fortune. For example, there's the 1943 copper wheat penny. This was a rare error coin accidentally minted on copper when pennies were supposed to be made of steel to save copper for the war effort. Also, collectors probably know about the 1955 double die penny. This is a rare penny where the print was misaligned and resulted in double image and double text. Now, those are the well-known valuable pennies. Here are some other ones that could be worth millions. There's the X-ray penny. This was a penny that was mistakenly printed with Lincoln's skeleton. Just a small error, but if you find one, it's worth almost $500,000. Next up, there's the 1978 disco penny, where a minor printing error caused the Mint to depict Lincoln with an afro, large sideburns, and a Coke spoon necklace. Somehow that slipped through the Mint's quality check, probably because they were also doing a lot of cocaine. Another penny that's worth a lot of money, the 2014 Screaming penny. This is a penny that featured the sound of a man screaming whenever you held it. We actually have one of these right here. Ah! 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 There are only about 1,000 of those out there. Next up, it's the 1983 Assassin penny. This was the infamous penny on which they accidentally printed a picture of Lincoln's assassin, John Wilkes Booth, instead of the president himself. Even worse, the 1984 Happy Assassin penny. The Mint took a lot of heat for those errors. Next up, it's the 1967 Lickable penny. This is a penny the Mint accidentally made completely safe to lick, which was followed by the 1968 penny that was completely safe to French kiss. We also have one of those here. Now, you almost certainly have one of these at home, so if you do, please post photos or videos of you French kissing your penny and send them to @LateNightSeth with the hashtag I am French kissing a penny for Seth Meyers. And if they're good and sexy, we may show them on our show, or, and NBC Legal is making me say this, I may just keep your photos for my own personal collection. Moving on, there's the 1998 City of Angels promotional pennies featuring Nicolas Cage and Meg Ryan as Lincoln. This is actually only the second time the U.S. Mint tried to use currency to promote a movie, the first being the 1981 Porky's nickel. Next up, this one requires special attention. It's the 2001 Orback. Now, at first you think this is just a normal penny, but if you flip it over and look really close, you can see that instead of a statue of Lincoln appearing in the memorial, it's actually Law and Order star Jerry Orbach. The mistake went unnoticed for many years, but then it was caught by Orbach's old Law and Order partner, Chris Noth. Just wanted to see if everyone's paying attention. Next up, it's the 2019 Severed Cent. This is one of the rarest coins ever minted. Each penny was struck, then immediately broken in two. One half was released into circulation. The other half was sealed inside a lighthouse somewhere, along the Outer Banks, where it's guarded by a man known only as the Keeper. If you ever want to reunite your half with the other half, you must undertake the journey to the lighthouse. Climb to the watchroom and meet the Keeper. He doesn't speak. He just holds up a severed penny. Instinctively, you attach your half to his. For a brief second, they are one. The Keeper then walks away with the penny. But before he does, he turns to you and hands you another severed penny. You are the keeper now, he says, as he leaves the lighthouse. So you wait. The hours stretch into days. The days collapse into weeks, and then, 23 years later, the moment arrives. Footsteps rush up the spiral stairs. A figure stands in the doorway. In his hand, a severed penny. Your breath snags, your fingers tremble, and with a soft click, your half meets theirs. The coin becomes whole for the first time in 2 decades. And in that impossibly beautiful circle of copper, you finally hear its message. What's up? Those were some valuable pennies. We'll be right back with Kareem Rahman.